Yeah, the decision by Omega to commit these bans on blue side against ONIC, it's really wrinkling the brain. And of course, ONIC actually had to make the call to take away the joy of Andoryu instead. They banned the Kalea at the same time. Then it was a Fanny ban. It looks like Omega's happy with how the draft's going on right now. It seems like the things that they want to happen are actually happening.
Yeah, both Super Yoshi and Joe, just every time a pick gets locked in, they're like, yeah! Like, what's up?
Oh wait, no, but I wonder if Omega has any residue trauma from the X-Borg of Dare yesterday.
There's the show. Oh yeah, that's
gonna be Oh, he goes the Kimmy.
Ooh, their Lycan backline died. This is gonna be tough.
All right, now I kind of see why. They love that not many heroes in ONIC have good range.
Yeah.
That's what they're celebrating. Oh, these are all like close range heroes, except the X-Borg maybe. Might have a problem with that.
I really hope they consider putting the X-Borg in the EXP lane instead, because up against the high loss, that'll be relatively okay. And I think with the presence of the Cho Selena now, plus that Kimmy, X-Borg jungle might actually be tough. I'm still leaning towards about hoping that we get to see something along the lines of a Martis later on for King Kong. If they're still gonna put if they still need an EXP laner, they can just go Phoveus. Again, there's so many dashes on the side of Omega, but might be tough,
It's gonna be a tough decision.
Oh, what do they pick? Masha.
Oh my god, just like...
Oh my god!
Masha.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
The war flashbacks! The war flashbacks!
But it's an XP lane
XP
Masha.
lane Masha,
It's a la Luke of Geek Fam.
It's not
gonna be the double BOD rush from Kirk.
You double BOD?
Yeah.
It's a big boom boom.
For all the thunderclaps.
Yeah, just clap.
Clap.
Kirk, go clap.
I don't know. It's just, whenever you think about ONIC plus Masha, that's the only situation you think about. So I wonder if they can add a little bit more of a flavor, a new chapter to the ONIC Masha drama.
There is so many like extra health bars to go through.
Yeah.
From ONIC Philippines, like armor, the Nether Realm, the Masha health bars.
Masha health bars. You know, it's gonna be crazy. It might be difficult, but they do have a Kimmy that is very powerful in this patch, so we'll see. Loading into game number 1.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of dominance ice, sea halberd, and glowing wands on the side of Omega.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
For sure. So I want to see this. I want to see how well this XP lane Masha is going to do. Obviously, it's a big difference from what we're used to when we're talking about XP laners. Big difference, right? So he's probably going to try to go do some spicy stuff early on, so keep your eyes peeled for that on the map.
Okay. And at the same time with this, I think one of the big factors, like we saw from game 1, is how Ukir is able to do. With the Selena, because I think that was a big part of it. Wow, Brusco is just feeling the damage from Jome.
Oh
Yikes. Oh my god, Jome has no fear right now. He knows it's just like, oh yeah, they got nothing against me. I can just keep basic attacking them. They're not going to try.
They can't, right? Except maybe when King Kong goes in, maybe later with the last Insanity, but that's going to be later on. Right now, Jome is happy where he is.
Yeah, plus with the weakness finder. Ooh, he decides to rush Magic Penetration instead. Considering that there are a lot of shields on the side of ONIC, yeah, that's a right call.
Kind of do need it. And to burn through those HP bars as well very quickly. So get some
targets. They can change the course of some of these team fights.
That's true. So maybe, again, in the hands of Ukir, who had a spectacular game number 1 on the Selena. It might be a different story as well for Omega. They might actually be able to get one off.
Maybe that was part of the plan though here, Rockhart's like, all right, if we get hit with an arrow, it doesn't matter because we have so many health bars.
We're fine. Yeah.
Right? So already first turtle going to be for the fight. Kirk's going to run up to join the fight, and Doru will get the turtle though. Shadow Kill already going to be used. They get the Nether Realm out, and he has to get out of dodge. But now ONIC wants to go ahead and fight back. They get the flicker out from Super Yoshi, but Lewis gets the kill, and Kirk will respond. Now the trade. Brusco could be in trouble. He might be trapped here. He's got Kirk around the corner though. Has enough shielding too, but Lewis will stick to Brusco. Gets the stun out into the arrow, but the arrow doesn't land, but Brusco can't get away as Ukir will clean up the kill. And now Kirk gets hit with another arrow. Still has a little bit of health to work with here. And Super Prince a little bit late to this one and doesn't have enough mana to help out with the fight.
Damn, I did not expect the Masha to last that long.
Yeah.
For that engagement to be extended. Still a very favorable trade win there for Omega. Of course, they got the turtle and they got a kill onto King Kong. Plus, Okir still very on point with the Selena. The Abyssal Arrow has messed up ONIC so far in this game, and it's only been 3 minutes.
That's true. And again, the big plus for that 3-minute fight is Brusco didn't really have the shortcut.
Oh, Super Friends could be in trouble here. Shadow Kill going to be used. Does survive it though. Not enough damage just yet from Andoryu, so they're fine. But yeah, like you guys mentioned, I think these arrows are just kind of messing with the tempo of the team fighting that ONIC wants to go with. But once they start getting some of these items, especially in the hands of Kelra later on, that's where it could be devastating. That's what we've seen with the Harith so far.
That's right. And now we are seeing that Omega is back in the place where, okay, we don't need to take fights early on. We don't need to get too crazy. Andoryu is definitely going to have a fun time getting level 7 here.
Oh, again, there's the kick with the arrow help.
Nice save.
Another realm going to be used. Kelra joining the fight. Brusco's already going to be gone. They're going to fight under the Zaman Force, and now forcing him back. Super Yoshi will try to get away. Won't be able to get taken down, and now Luis joining the fight. They could be in trouble here. Super Prince forced outside of the bush, and he'll get back to safety, but now the turtle's up, and Smart Omega is in control.
Yeah, I like how Omega actually still really respected the last insanity of King Kong. They were watching their positioning, and when they've really felt like, okay, it's time for us to back off, they backed off. Super Yoshi had some dashes and he was low. He was the main target of the last insanity of King, but he was able to get away just in time. Brusco way too deep.
Brusco just gonna get caught into everything. The kick, the arrow, as he falls deep into enemy territory.
We're getting so many resources to Jome with all these small things that are happening, so that is not a good thing if you are a Sonic right now. The Kimmy is very slow and steady right now, big comparison to before. You just throw out these shots. So every small bit of gold actually adds to the damage that these bullets are throwing.
Yeah, and really it's crazy how much Abyssal Arrow Okir's been landing them. High value targets. If not leading to kills, he's stopping, and ONIC are feeling it now. Not BOD for the rush for Kirk, but we'll go for the Blade of the Hep Disease. Let's see what his next item will be, if he's going to go Guardian Helmet or just for pure damage.
At some point, though, this lineup from ONIC Philippines gets really difficult to kill, I feel like. If once they're scaled up, but I feel like if Smart Omega continues to put this kind of pressure and just finds targets, they might be looking to get an early win here. Jome's going to go ahead and work on this turret. You have members of ONIC Philippines ready to initiate if they have to. Whoa! Kelra in trouble. Backs off. Brusco dropped down the shortcut. Super Yoshi waiting on the backside, but Jome's already out of the picture. This is going to be trouble for them, and Ukir won't escape that one as Kirk goes in to get the kill. So they trade it the 2-for-1, but the mid turret in the mid lane, it will go down to ONIC Philippines.
That's always going to be a trade-off. If you use the shortcut, another part of the map is going to be vulnerable, and we're seeing the effects happen right before our eyes. Super Yoshi up on top could be trouble as well.
Kelra.
Oh, look at
Kelra.
Kelra, wow.
Force. They just want to get this turret down. I don't think they're going to do anything else after that.
And now we're seeing it when we're talking about the lineup of ONIC. They had to wait until a bit after the 5-minute mark mid-game for them to really be able to dish out what they can. But the Masha should be the problem for Omega now moving forward. Plus, if they cannot get the team fight start that they want, ONIC's counter engage is actually quite strong. But it's still, in the end, Omega will run away with the turtle. They broke the tower first in mid. ONIC, yes, going good for them, but they have to expend a lot every engagement. So expensive is their team fight.
That's true. Not only are they using up all these ultimates just to kind of put Luis low or Super Yoshi low, but they're also using it to chase down Joe. And they're also, if they use the shortcut, they're also leaving, again, parts of the map vulnerable. So they are using up a lot of resources trying to get this done.
Yeah, I think that might just be the answer for them right now, too. Using the resources they have to. ONIC Philippines, though, too, I think, overloading with this Masha later on is going to be something that Smart Omega has to watch out for, especially if his job is just to go ahead and go for Jome, go for Ukir, and that's all Kirk has to do. So it did look like he was working on that BOD next after locking into that Blade of Hepsi. So this turret, the tier 2 in the bottom lane, is going to be worked on. That's going to be taken down easily for Smart Omega as they have full control over on this side of the map.
There we go. Easy tower taking. Bulldozers,
oh, wow.
if you will.
Oh, the trap showed where Brusco is, so no more element of surprise there.
They know where he is. They're trying to collapse onto the opposite side, trying to avoid that shortcut, actually.
Brusco's like, yep, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you see the members of Omega are thinking to us, all right, huh? Is he here? Let's check, let's check. All right.
Alright, we're good, we good.
Brusco already moved, though. How long is he going to
back.
hold? Oh, but look at the Abyssal trap placements here of Okir. If Brusco decides to go to any of that shrubs, he's going to get spotted out.
So they know that area is safe. So
Yeah.
pre-Lord, they'll know in advance where ONIC is planning. They can't go too deep.
Okay,
Kirk
Kirk's
holding on to the recall.
He gets information. So Lord is up just in about 5 seconds. And
We're gonna force it.
see if ONIC Philippines can actually contest and fight and win this one now.
Yeah.
Crucial fight coming up.
Very, very.
Brusco moves. Kirk will only have to wait for the portal of the chip. He can continue split pushing. Ah, so that's their macro strat. But Brusco's going top.
Yeah.
He might rush this. Look at that. I mean, Kirk is just going non-stop on that turret.
Yeah, Kirk is just going for the turret. They got the information. Glorious Pathway going to be dropped down, and Kelra dropping down the Zaman Force, trying to fight back, keep him at bay here. Lewis could be in trouble, though. Super Prince jumping in. There's knockup from the Lord. They try to get control of it, and Andoru's going to join the fight. Kirk jumps in, looks to get Andoru, but King Kong will get the Lord.
Wow.
And Kirk found Andoru and took him out after the shadow kill. And ONIC Philippines turns things around off that Lord take.
Yeah, Kirk went to work. Instantly found that Hayabusa. Didn't even have his BOD just yet. I think he just built it. Or maybe that is already his third item. But wow, what a call there by Kirk. He was locked in. He knew the target. He was able to disrupt Andoru enough. He wasn't able to get his retribution off anytime. It was just easy take for King Kong and ONIC.
Yeah. Kirk went to work. It felt like he was like a Cho at that point, right? Just look for Haya. Look for, where is Andoru right now? And there was just no way for them to do the steal. I guess Omega could have maybe gone for like more kills, but then again, they don't have the burst. They have that slow burn, that slow DPS from that King.
Oh, revenge!
Revenge taken. Kirk's on, and now in the mid lane. Super Prince is going to drop as well. The tier 2 turrets do fall, but man, Smart Omega will go ahead and just counterattack and clap back right when they can.
Whew, that was spicy right off the bat, and that's just showing the capabilities of Andoru right now, who is a level ahead now, even with Andoru and King Kong.
See how ONIC are going to be able to recover from that. That could have been a much better push from their side. But it was a good call that Andoru decided to just handle Kirk alone. Even with not a lot of minion ways for him to spread out the damage of the shadow kill. Now Brusco is just going to be playing the chip like how chip is played. The sneaky push. He's going to be the guy in the 4-1 split.
Sneaky on the side. Obviously wants to step on these Y-walk markers. Can go for maybe a play behind the Lord if Omega goes gets a little too feisty. But look at Omega; they're not giving a chance for any shortcuts up here, sticking around on the bushes.
Yeah, this is part of it too. Is just the fact that again, Kelra, and we see this with the Harith so often. He hasn't been taken down. He's been able to farm up pretty well. Picks up a Holy Crystal, so his damage output for the next objective fight is going to be pretty threatening for Smart Omega, so they want to be able to go ahead and play into that. We take a look at the items too real quick. He's keeping toe-to-toe with Jom, actually, with this.
That's what you want to see. Brusco, again, on the other side, just controlling the flow.
Right.
Omega
Ooh.
can't really push forward too much.
Okay, so interesting approach here for Jom. He goes for the attack speed route of the Kimi. Again, for every point attack speed, if I'm not mistaken, it's a percentage or another point as well of magic power. So you get magic power if you build attack speed of your Kimi. So that's why it's good to still build physical with her. And again, as we mentioned earlier, her abilities do also scale with physical damage. So he's going that route, plus sustainability through the Bloodwing. So we're seeing different versions of Kimi throughout the day. Earlier, Oheb went for the pure magic rush with the Holy Crystal.
He was swapping things in and out too.
Yeah. The core items here for Jom are the Feather of Heaven, Wind Talker, Blood Wings, and Divine Glaive.
So look how they're doing this again. Kirk's down bottom, alongside Brusco.
It's two of them this time, so the chip is close by. It can provide a lot of backup. And the other three of ONIC are just rushing this Lord.
Kirk's still there. He's still going to go ahead and push that bottom turret. This is the time to go for the fight. There's the kick from Super Yoshi. But they still go. Kirk finally taken out by Andoru, and Kelra firing off on Lewis. Pop with his Almond Force. They're looking for the kill. Pops will revitalize. Reinitiates with the glorious pathway to the fight.
He lives. Lewis holds on. ONIC gets Sub Blast Insanity to get away on Doryu. Now he's going to be here for the fight.
Oh! King Kong in trouble. Nether Realms there, but Andoru goes in, picks up the kill on King Kong. Ukir to fall, and now Kelra almost gets Jome. Jome has 1 HP, and the fight for the Lord gonna break out as Andoru looking to lock it in. Super Prince and Kelra alongside Brusco tries to keep him at bay. Pops the Shadow Kill, and Andoru working on the Lord, and he'll get it. And now Kelra looks to pick up a kill on Andoru and gets a double as he takes out Super Yoshi.
What about that cha-cha-cha?
Yeah, he danced. He danced that so well.
The dance.
The dance. That's what we're talking about. But Omega still walk away with the Lord. They tried as best as they can to get Andoru down, but he used the Shadow Kill just in time. There was still a lot of health left on the Lord, but ONIC knew it would be too hard, too much to try and take Andoru down. They couldn't get damage onto him because he was on top of the Lord. They wanted to increase their chances of extending the fight so they could get the other members down. And the fact that Jome was so low, he held on with a sliver of health every single time in that fight.
Yeah, let's watch that again. I love to watch that again.
Yeah, ONIC overextended just a little bit. They tried to save him, they did. But at that point, King Kong's health was too low. You see here, Jome still alive. Kelra wants to damage Doryu. Now he can take him down. Walks away with a double kill. ONIC are able to shut down the Lord. Omega are not able to push with it, but Omega buy life with Andoru being able to survive long enough to secure the Lord for the team.
That was super tempting if you were ONIC. Like, you see HP bars, everyone's 1 HP.
Yeah.
I kind of understand why they overstayed there a bit. I guess they were trying to decide, should we go? These feel like very squishy targets. Maybe one pass will do it. But Omega, like we mentioned, just was able to really dance around the damage so well in that last one.
Yeah, they did a really good job at just kind of coordinating that fight around with what ONIC did too. And so for Smart Omega, they're the fighting potential that they have, and as long as Jome doesn't die, he's actually pumping out quite a bit of damage here too, alongside Andoru. So now it looks like ONIC Philippines wants to put pressure on the buffs, but they'll continue to do that until this next Lord comes up in about a minute. So they have some options here, unless it's, I don't think we see Smart Omega trying to get a pick off. It's better if they go ahead and wait for ONIC Philippines to be the ones to go ahead and try to initiate these fights and then follow through from there.
I mean, that's what we saw, right? Essentially, with the X-Borg using Last Insanity already, that was a signal for Omega to actually go. And that's maybe what they want to wait for here on this next Lord, which is going to happen in 45 seconds. Although I don't see that same mistake happening twice here.
You see in the player camps, Kirk actually quite vocal right now. Same as Brusco. The two players who are designated roamers for the squad. And of course, again, I say that because XP-laners are essentially just roamers these days. See how they're juggling right now.
I mean, actually, you're absolutely right. Most of the time, it's going to be Kirk who is going to make a call. Am I going to do the split? Are you guys going to be able to handle it? Like, maybe that's why he's talking so much here.
Yeah, he's talking a lot with Brusco, who's now providing vision. King Kong has turned into utility for Superfist and Kelra as the front line. Again, X-Borg late game is quite hard to take down, as the Masha and the Chip want to do something funky here.
Oh.
Catch it.
Arrow's not going to land. They're still up on that top side, too.
Yeah.
See how they play this out. King Kong working on the Lord. It's half health. Kirk and Brusco cooking something up, but it's going to be a reset for now.
Yeah, again, anytime if anyone wants to help defend against the Masha, they can call in the ultimate of the Chip. Plus, at the same time, with Y walking go anywhere, here comes Brusco.
Oh, Brusco.
Oh, spotted by the trap.
They spotted out. Quarter of the health on the Lord here, too. Kelra jumping forward. Kirk's still in that side of the jungle. Quite a hectic and chaotic fight that we're seeing here. Breakout. And Toru's going to jump in, trying to get the Lord, and he doesn't! And Toru will get the Lord! But the fight's still going to break out, and he is gone as Brusco picks up a kill. Super Yoshi, next up, Immortality popped. He's going to get taken out. Can't get away from that. Flickers forward, he does survive! He's able to get away, so Andoru goes down after getting the Lord. Is that enough, though, to go ahead and keep ONIC Philippines from pushing into the base further.
Yeah, the escape artist does it once again. Because if Super Yoshi went down there, ONIC would be able to make the call of, you know what, let's rush this Lord and try to end it already.
True. That would have been a 3v5.
Yep.
So they actually did a lot by keeping Super Yoshi alive here. But the Lord, as usual, will get dealt with by ONIC here relatively easily.
Yeah.
They have so much firepower right now.
Andoryu on point with a retribution against King Kong. Unable to take it. The only major objective that ONIC has gotten in this game is 1 Lord. 3 turtles, 2 Lords secured by Omega.
Whoa, Super Yoshi goes in with a kick, not the direction he wanted to. Even with the arrow, now Andoryu jumping in, popping the shadow kill, but he's under the Zaman force. He's gonna have to try to escape now, but he can, as Kelro picks up a kill. And now ONIC Philippines with a numbers advantage.
Uh-oh.
Will look for possibly more, but maybe that's all they get in this one, unless they can push these waves in.
Man, ONIC and Aurora both really want top 2, but teams are making them work for it.
That's true.
ONIC probably went into the day
So
thinking
much effort.
right in the back of their heads, a very small thought of, we should be able to sweep them, right?
Right?
But then now, game 3, 19 minutes in, nothing comes easy in MPL Philippines.
See what they do here. Still 15 seconds away for Andoryu to be up. Conceal going to be used. The base turrets will go down at mid and top. Kelro dropping down the Zaman force. A threat himself takes an arrow though. He's in trouble. Has to back off and disengage. Kirk will tank up a arrow himself and he's trying to get away, but Super Yoshi finding the mark. Popping the revitalize and it's Kirk that goes down. Andoryu trying to join the fight, trying to run it down mid, but they'll disengage.
Kakashi's on the chase.
Still has the immortality. Andoryu joins the fight, gets the shadow kill off, and now King Kong in trouble, gets kicked away from the team, tries to get away, but won't be able to. And Smart Omega might have found a window back in the game.
Oh, Kelra getting hit by the Abyssal Arrow, the second skill of the Kimi. Just enough crowd control, enough time, enough damage to force ONIC to scramble in that. Omega almost got a major big turnaround that could lead to ONIC losing their inhibitors and maybe even the game. But Brusco! He's going to the bottom lane!
He's going to the bottom lane. He's going to drop down the shortcut. They
Base
want to go
race!
for Luis. It's going to be a base race. They try to keep it together, and it's Super Fritz in ONIC Philippines' base. Andoryu jumps in through the gates. They're going to defend the base the best they can, and they're winning the fight as they take down ONIC Philippines in that fight.
Omega decided not to go for the race. He said, you know what? We can take the portals
We
too.
can use these.
Yeah, we don't have to recall. We can take the chip portal.
Oh my
And
God.
ONIC get clapped.
Oh, my brain. What was that? That was an insane decision-making moment for Omega.
Oh man, that's a lord for them too.
That's
Smart Omega. Oh, Super Yoshi, top of the conceal, goes for the kick. This one's in the right direction, and now King Kong gonna be in trouble. Still has the armor, but he's just locked
Winter
down.
Crown?
Winter Crown gonna be popped, but he goes down to Jome. And Omega might be looking to end the game here off of this once the Lord makes its way down the mid lane.
Don't tell me history will repeat itself in a game 3 between Omega and ONIC in the final weekend of MPL Philippines. In day 2, where they pick Amasha, will they lose and drop again to Omega, effectively taking them out of the race for the top 2.
Jome bought rapid boots. They mean business.
Kirk in the back.
They want to
Do
go.
it. Super Yoshi goes with the kick right on target. Super Fritz is gone. Kirk's gonna jump in. But there's way too much overloading on it. And even Kelra might not be able to do it himself.
He has a triple
He's
kill.
still gonna be going. Looking for Lewis now. Lord is still up. What does Kelra do? He's gotta take care of this Lord before it pushes into the base. It's Kelra against everyone. But he'll be enough to keep ONIC Philippines in this game.
Just barely as well. Kelra staying alive was so massive.
They decided to play it safe. They knew they didn't have the firepower. Even though Kelra didn't have the ultimate, they didn't want to risk it. They didn't want to give a savage for the savage. Jome chased down here, clapped, and Kelra going forward. The dash forward to get the basic attack to land onto the Kimi. Triple kill for him, leaving the 2 tankiest but least damage dealing heroes on the side of Omega to try and end it. They said, no, we can't, we shouldn't.
Jome died super early there. That's why. And Kelra staying alive just meant okay, where's your firepower? Where is your damage? And they couldn't really do anything after that.
Yeah, he has a Wind of Nature on him. Does nothing against the magic damage of a Harith. And yes, he has to build Wind of Nature because of the threat of the clap of the Masha. But when it's the Harith going forward, fearless to try and take down that Kimmy, Wind of Nature does nothing.
Whew. Now we're in a bit of a reset here, but not really too much of a reset. Quite even in gold, but don't forget, Omega's base is very bare. So one wrong shortcut, one wrong move could actually cost Omega the game here.
Oh, this is so crucial here. Super Yoshi's given the information. They have to go ahead and just not let this go in the hands of ONIC Philippines if they really want to contest. Jones gonna have to join this fight. You're half health, less than half health on the Lord here. Ukir firing off the arrows.
Lord's coming.
Kirk's already pushing in on that top. They got to deal with him too. They have Lewis there. Conceal going to be used. They go in forward. They might force the fight. Shortcut not going to be used yet too. The base is going to be worked on by the minions though. Kelra will clear out the Lord and King Kong will secure that. They're going to run down Lewis. Lewis has nowhere to go. He's got an immortality. But now ONIC Philippines looking to end the game.
So much.
Half health on the base. King Kong and the rest of the crew showing up to the fight. Lord still in the mid lane. They might just wait for this one.
Kirk got Andoryu, and ONIC got the Lord. Too much damage dealt by the minion waves. I think this is it.
This could be it. There's just not enough for them to clear this minion Lord wave in.
And they'll jump it in. Lord make its way and trying to slow it down with the glorious pathway. Super Yoshi trying to do everything he can to keep them from pushing in, but the base is going to be worked on, and the Super Fam will get it done.